Alright, so stopped off at the school. Gonna take a quick breather. The pup needs it. I need it. It's been a super long walk, but we needed it. Had to get, 1 week to go. It's been a stressful week. I'll leave out the details, but dang, stressful week in the personal life of the Pompous Puller. But we made it. It's Saturday. It's a beautiful day. Took a super long walk to clear my head, manifest. It was good. It was good. Helped the cardio out. All sorts of good stuff here. So we made a little pit stop for some pull-ups at the school, and we're gonna sit here. We're gonna take a quick breather. Rain said it's a good idea. Good idea, Dad, for a time for a breather. Why don't you cover the rest of the East versus West card matches? Because you've been meaning to do that, you procrastinator. And well, she's 100% right. Oh, if I could just be as wise as my pit bull. So long card, a lot of matches. Gonna go fairly quick here. Touch base on all the matches. The ones that I don't feel like I am educated enough on to make a pick, I will go with my boy Paul Lynn. Lethal Arms Arm Wrestling. If you ain't heard of Paul Lynn, you better ask somebody. And he alone is a reason to get this pay-per-view. Representing the US of A. East Coast dude. Oh man, super stoked for his matchup. We'll get that here in just a second. But of course, I'm picking my boy Paul Lynn when I get to that one. So we got that Ryan Blue Bowen with all sorts of momentum going. And I think he continues it. He's going up against Zurab, and he's an underdog again. But when isn't Ryan Blue Bowen the underdog? Call it what you will, but I'm picking Bowen. Does that make me delusional? We'll find out. Yes, we will at East vs. West. Get your pay-per-view. Then you've got Davitt versus something along the lines of Samushia. And just going to go with Samushia as the favorite because that's what Paul Lynn thinks, and he knows better than I do. That's what the arm wrestling world goes. I'm not super familiar with either one of these guys, so a lot of matchups on this card, and a lot of them I'm going to be seeing guys for the first time, and that's exciting too. So then Bowen's opponent's going to pull the other arm as well against a Petrenko. So Petrenko's the favorite there. Again, this is one of those matchups I don't know a lot about, but so I think this Zurab dude's going over too. Going to lose to Bowen, and it seems like he's going to lose to this Petrenko too, but you got to pull the match, They say styles make matchups and upsets happen, so who knows? Then you got a coin flip in Paul Lynn's opinion. A Sergey versus Georgie. And then the next one I got written down here is Irakli versus Paul Lynn. And like I said earlier, if you ain't heard of Paul Lynn, you better ask somebody. And Irakli's in for something. Paul Lynn's, he's got a lane, he's got a path that he could, he's going to give anybody that he steps to the table with a fit. And he's coming out ahead representing the US of A. He's going to get that win. Then you got Artem Ozlov, who we have talked and seen actually quite a bit. He's got a matchup too against like Navarez, something along those lines. But I got to take Artem there. He's going to win that matchup. And then you've got that Georgie dude's going to pull around and go on a different arm against Wagner. I guess I'm leaning towards Wagner on there just because I've seen him in the WAL years back. So I'm familiar with him. So I got to go with Wagner, more just out of heart and the WAL connection. WAL, poke the sleeping giant. Wake up, WAL. Let's go. Let's start running events again. So that brings us to the legend matchup. None other than the Cobra Rhodes from the Game of Arms series and an absolute legend in the sport. Going up against Gidilli. Not sure how you say his name either, but so clearly I'm picking Cobra there, right? Cobra's got one of the strongest hands and his own way and path of pulling. So when he closes his hand, it's a different ball game. So I'm going Cobra all day there. Then you got a huge matchup with